What's good people? Welcome to Hope Views. Thank you for clicking that thumbnail. My name is Corey, and today we're going to be talking about episode 7 of Ahsoka. So I think this week's episode is a solid episode of Ahsoka. You get a good amount of action, you get the story moving along, and it opens up in a way that I was extremely happy to see. So we get Hera back with the council, and I was actually down about that when it first opened up. But then we get objection after objection from this guy. Before the trial ended, I wanted nothing more than somebody to shut this man up. So imagine my delight after C-3PO shows up with a message from Leia, and it's basically exonerating Hera from all the things that they're trying to throw at her in this trial. It felt so good to see this man get his mouth closed. This man gets shut down. I wanted to see it so badly, and I was happy that it happened in the opening of this episode. I hope to never see this man in Star Wars again unless he's getting shut down again. So we get to the Star Whales, and the Star Whales are starting to slow down speed, and they're coming out of hyperspeed. They're in a minefield now, and Ahsoka and Huang have to navigate the minefield, and they go into hiding. And then you get a super cool moment in the episode where you see the Force being used in a way that it's only really in my memory it's been used by Kylo Ren and Rey. You get the basically like the Force version of FaceTime calls, and she reaches out through the Force to Sabine. Really cool to get her location and her surroundings. I never seen it really used like that outside of the few times it was used in those movies, but it was cool for it to pop back up here as a reference to those and that stuff that showed in those films. In the midst of all this, you also have Grand Admiral Thrawn showing off some of that tactical ability that people always talk about when they talk about the character. I have a lot of real life conversations with Star Wars fans about these characters, again, because I'm not a cartoon watcher. I haven't seen the Clone Wars and I haven't seen Rebels, so there's a lot of context that I don't get. But I've constantly been told by people in real life and online that Thrawn is an admiral, and he moves these chess pieces so well, and he uses people's desires against them, and he knows his enemy so well that he's able to maneuver things to where he always is a step ahead. And we see that here in this episode time after time. Some characters want him to go left, and he's thinking, no, I'm gonna go right because I know what's gonna happen from here to here to here to here. So it was cool to see him doing what he was doing, even though there's not a one specific moment that I can point to and say this was the best moment in the episode when it comes to Thrawn. It was really more like a cumulative effect. You get to see him doing this thing all throughout the episode in little spurts, like, nah, call everybody back. And everyone else would think in that moment, like, nah, crush him, you got him cornered. And he's like, nah, call everybody back. This is the right thing to do here. So it was cool to see that he puts things together pretty well. Once Ahsoka is on the ground, you get a little bit of a lightsaber fight between her and Baylan, but the part that I really enjoyed a whole lot more is when she showed up in the battle with Ezra and Sabine. And there's that moment. There's a moment where Baylan's apprentice is actually hesitant to go away from Ahsoka when she extends that hand and says, I can help you. That was a very cool moment because it does allude to something that I talked about last week. You don't necessarily know how Baylan and his apprentice are going to fall when it comes to the cards falling. You know, you instantly think, because of the way the show is designed, you're gonna think naturally they're the enemies of the Jedi, but at some point you might get a crack in those characters and they might be after something totally different, and the cards may fall differently for them, and you see a little hint of that here with her. The episode ends in a way where it leaves us where we have our main three characters united from the Clone Wars. We got Ezra, we have Sabine, and we have Ahsoka. They are back together. They are on a foreign planet in a foreign galaxy. You know, they are very far away from where they can get any kind of assistance or any kind of backup. You know, General Hera is over here and she's cut off from them. So I don't know how they're going to resolve the issue without a direct confrontation with Thrawn. And Thrawn does appear to have a plan to exit and just leave him there, which I don't see that actually happening though. I see there's some type of way that Ahsoka and Sabine and Ezra are gonna do something to foil that plan. I just have no idea as to what. I would love to know your thoughts, comments, and theories about the show, so please drop them in the comments section, whether you're seeing this video here on YouTube, or if you're watching the shorts that I've been throwing up on TikTok. I'm enjoying doing those shorts and getting a lot of positive feedback from people. So go ahead and jump over there if you haven't done so already, or if you found me over there, thank you for coming over here, and I hope you subscribe if you haven't so far. That's gonna conclude today's video, y'all. That's all I have for this one. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.